All right, so good morning, everybody. We're going to talk about Marginalia and how to use CommonLit.org to do Marginalia. So I just wanted to talk about what you see when you're on your CommonLit assignment. There are a few different features that could help you. Some of these buttons you don't see, they're just for me. So of course at the top here we have the title of the text. It tells you the author. This is a 5th grade text in Lexile level. I like this feature right here, font size, because my old eyes have a hard time reading that small text. You could make it smaller if you wanted, but I don't know who would want to do that. But you can make it bigger, which for me helps me read, but it's up to you. So you can change around your font size, and this is a really cool feature right here, read aloud. If you click that, you'll see that now there are all these little speaker icons. So you can have it read either the whole text to you or maybe just a paragraph if you're struggling with a certain section. So that's a really cool feature. You can hide it. Another thing is these blue little boxes that have a number. Okay, so whenever you see that, that means that down here at the bottom, there's a note about it, but you don't have to scroll all the way down. You can just click right on it and it will tell you what the hint is to help you understand what that word or phrase meant. Okay, so those are just some of the basics. One thing that's really important for using Marginalia is annotation. So your annotation tool should look something like this, a little like highlighter icon. Another thing that you can do is if you just highlight, you get this pop up. So all I did was, I'll do it again. I just click and drag to highlight, and then this pops up. So I can highlight this. I can choose a color. And if oh no, I can't click back on it. If I highlight it again, then I can click in my text box. This is where you will do your Marginalia. You can type notes about things that the text is making you think. So remember, when we do Marginalia, we want to do things like making connections. So that's, what do I already know? Okay. When I'm done with my note, I just click done and it stays right there. Okay. So let's do another one. What's something else? Do you remember something else that we would take notes on when we're doing Marginalia? Anybody, can anyone think of one?
We could draw an image if we imaged it in our head.
Yes, exactly. We can visualize visualization. So you can describe an image or draw an image. Okay. Obviously, you're not going to be able to draw in these text boxes, but you can describe something. So I highlighted clearly well fed. Well, for me, I know that if an animal looks like they're well fed, they look healthy, maybe chubby. Right now, Stella, my dog, looks very well fed. She's gained some weight. So that's a connection that I made to help me make a visualization. What's something else that we include in Marginalia?
Questions that we have?
Yes. So I might put a note here. For me, life is a constant struggle. Why? Oops. So we can do questions. Why is his life a constant struggle? Great job. Questions. What's another one that we can take notes on? This one I'm thinking of when you read something in the text and you use things you know already about life. So you use the things you already know and a clue from the text and put them together to figure something out.
A connection?
What do we call that?
Looking at me.
I feel like we probably know, maybe just can't remember the word. Do you remember this one? Inferences? So you're using the clues from what you read in the text, and you're connecting that to things that you already know. So these are the things that I want you to be doing when you're reading your story today, is highlighting and making notes on the story. If you're not on mute, please mute. I want you to be taking notes and highlighting. When you do that, I can see your thinking, and that helps me to know if you're understanding the story. It also helps you to think about what you're reading and make sure that you understand it and you make connections. That's what good readers do. So the more you do this strategy, the better of a reader you're going to become. Also, if you don't do this, I can see that too. So that's your goal for today. One other thing, when you're reading, you see these little bubbles right here, Q1 right here. It's going to ask you a question about what you've just read. These are super important because they're going to help you clarify your thinking. You might even want to take another Marginalia note after you answer these questions if it jogs something in your brain. And then the thinking you do about these questions should help you with the assessment questions that you do afterwards. Okay, so those are the features of CommonLit, and that's how you would use those features to use Marginalia while you read, to organize your thinking and monitor your thinking and make sure that you're understanding the story. Does anybody have any questions about any of those things? Does anybody feel like that was useful and you know how to use that site a little bit better now?
Yeah.
Yes, Dylan. Yes, Ava. Good, good, good. All right. So I'm going to stop us there. Like I said, nice and quick today. Make sure you're using that Marginalia strategy as you work today.